It's probably snowing down there too.
All right. What does a championship team do when its MVP, team captain, team leader, franchise player, playmaker retires? And of course, Senator Herb Kohl is Team Wisconsin's MVP. It's team captain, it's team leader, it's franchise player, it's playmaker. I researched several teams to answer this probing question. The Philadelphia 76ers, retired number number 6 for Dr. J. The Los Angeles Lakers, retired number 32 for Magic Johnson. The Chicago Bulls, retired number 23 from Michael Jordan. The Boston Celtics, retired number 33 for Larry Bird. Both the Lakers and the Milwaukee Bucks retired number 33 for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And of course, the Milwaukee Bucks retired number 1 for the Big O, Oscar Robertson. And Team Wisconsin's number 12 is Herb Kohl, which represents his placement in the numbers in terms of senators elected from the Badger State to the United States Senate since Wisconsin became a state in 1848. Do we retire our playmaker's jersey and hang it in the halls of Congress in Washington? Or in our prestigious state capital in Madison, Wisconsin? Or should we hang it in the largest city in Wisconsin, in a great city on a great lake, the 4th Congressional District of Wisconsin in Milwaukee? I submit to you, that would be a disservice to retire number 12. We need to draw on its inspiration and keep the game moving. As Team Wisconsin, we have to continue to play the game. We got to stay in the paint. We got to continue to take it to the hoop. We have to force turnovers. We can't just let the other team run out the clock. We have to get our other players off the bench. Sometimes we have to steal the ball. And yes, sometimes we play even when the coach has placed you on the injured and disabled list. Just like Herb Kohl, we got to grab those rebounds off the board. We got to hit that jump shot. And sometimes we must get inside, into traffic, amidst the elbows, tolerating the pushing and shoving, underneath the basket. And sometimes you got to go for that downtown shot. And sometimes we got to go for that outside shot from the three-point range. Just like the other great players previously named. Dr. J, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the Big O. We have a playmaker who has left us stats to aspire to. Securing millions in federal funds for Wisconsin schools. Millions in funds for research and development, which can bring good jobs to Milwaukee. Millions in funds for roads and transportation projects. Millions in funds for much needed economic development in our community. And most recently, when I realized we needed help in the Senate to save the desperately needed renovation of our spinal cord injury unit at Milwaukee's Medical Center. The playmaker passed a law in 2010 improving nursing home care to all to ensure the health and safety of all seniors. In 2009, the playmaker fought and won in reducing the cost of prescription drugs for seniors, as well as authorizing legislation to keep cheaper generic options available by preventing drug companies from taking advantage of the market. In 2009, Senator Herb Kohl, the MVP, authored legislation to expand school breakfast and child nutrition programs in schools to improve the health of Wisconsin's children. In 2010, the team captain collaborated on funding for the Boys and Girls Club to help curb youth crime. In 2004, the franchise player passed significant handgun legislation. Being nobody's senator but ours, has been unbought and unbossed and stood up to the player haters and instead focused on the imperative need of gun safety laws. The stats just go on and on and on and on. So no, Mr. MVP, no, Mr. Team Captain, no, Mr. Team Franchise Player, no, Mr. Playmaker. We cannot and we will just not go hang up your jersey. I'm almost done. This is cold. We will use this jersey as an inspiration to stay in the game, to play as hard as we can, no matter who our opponent is, no matter whether it's a home game or an away game, whether the stands are empty or they're standing room only, no matter what the odds. We vow to stay in the game all 4 quarters. And when the final game buzzer sounds, we will leave the stadium just like Herb Kohl, convinced and assured that we have left it all on the floor.